What's good, man? It's your boy Cash Cuddy, and I'm back with another video.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
So this video today is gonna be about my first year in the Army. My bad. So the video is gonna be on expectations, what you're gonna feel, what you're gonna experience, and if you may experience, how to deal with it and stuff like that. So let's start on September 19th. 2017. So September 19th, 2017 was the day I did my final swearing at MEPS. I went off to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and I began my process at the reception, which is the first week or the first 3 days of the process beginning you going to basic training. So I did reception. That was my first time, you know what I'm saying, just staying up for like 5 days straight or whatever. This isn't like, you know, whatever. Then you do basic training. My experience for basic training, I would gladly do it again. I've made friends that I consider my brothers, and I still talk to them to this day. Actually, I'm currently stationed with most of them here in Korea. I think once you leave AIT, most AIT soldiers come here. If you're married or whatever, you got kids, you get stationed stateside, whatever that case may be. But if you're a single soldier, you usually come to Korea. And from graduating basic training, becoming a soldier, because once you're in basic training, you're not a soldier, you're considered a trainee. And that, you know, it may seem simple, but just the word soldier within itself is a lot. So I'm here doing all this work, grinding, shooting, learning Army tactics, discipline, standards, courtesies, customs, and you just, you know, like not even considered a soldier, not even considered a person. You're just subject, trainee, that's it. And half of the time they don't even call you last name. And my last name, like mostly through Buflays. You know what I'm saying? You just, if they said private, you know what private is talking about. And unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, if you looked at them and made eye contact, you were the private they were talking about or talking to. So that was basic training. Then you get to AIT. AIT is dependent on your MOS. MOS means job in the military or in the Army. I don't know what, I know the Marine Corps has numbers. Marine Corps doesn't use MOS or like no numbers and letters. They just straight numbers, and I think it's like 4 or 5, whatever the case may be. So I am currently a 74 Delta. Would I ever reclass? I do not think so. 74 Delta is chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear specialist, aka Seaburn warrior, woo woo. And I go to AIT. From AIT, that was probably one of the hardest experiences I've ever had to deal with within the Army. Not due to the fact that it was because of AIT. AIT is way more chill than basic training. I remember getting to AIT, and AIT was like, I remember just seeing a captain, and I was, you know, shook it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even like, I was just standing at attention, talking, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, relax. And I tried to relax, and I was like, what's that? You know what I'm saying? You just, you know, you don't know how to break that chain. So the purpose of AIT, well, I don't know now, because back when I was going through AIT, the purpose of AIT was to have you go from basic training to becoming a soldier. And becoming a soldier is be able to talk to any higher ups. Just remember your military bearing and everything you was taught from that process to this process and combine all together. NCOs are from corporals and above, so that's E4 and above. So you can be a specialist, that's still E4, but you have specialists, and then there's corporals, E4. That's also an NCO, a non-commissioned officer. So you got corporal, sergeant, staff sergeant, sergeant's first class, master sergeant, first sergeant, sergeant major, and command sergeant major of the Army. That is the rank structure of the NCOs in the Army. And you know, you start to talk to them on a daily basis. I remember speaking to my first sergeant almost every morning and every day. And then the reason why AIT was the hardest was for me was because I lost my uncle through that process. And it was, you know, I still excelled very well, but I didn't excel to the standards that I wanted to, whatever the case may be. I still graduated and earned my title, earned my MOS, became MOS Q'd. Q means qualified, so I'm MOS qualified and to perform this task. And currently being a Seaburn, so being a Seaburn, you're the only person that can do their job. You're the only person that can do your job, so you're considered the subject matter expert. Nobody else knows what they're talking about unless they're Seaburn as well. Or EOD. EOD kind of mixes in, they're trying to mix up MOSs, whatever. But from there, get shipped off straight to Korea. I was proud, I was happy I didn't get Alaska. Man. A lot of people got Alaska when I was in AIT. I was like, I can't, I'm from Miami, whatever the case may be. So get to Korea, it was snowing. I was like, not rocking with it. And I was just like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I started doing PT, I'm starting to love my job, I do what I do. And you know, as time goes on, You just hit hurdles. I'm hitting hurdles left and right, left and right. And you just learn how to push through. The only thing that kept me going was the gym. The gym is probably one of the best outlets, and YouTube, photography, poetry. But Korea is one of the outlets. The gym is one of the outlets that I tend to stick to the most. You know what I'm saying? Now I was getting to the point where finish with the goal, and the goal doesn't mean anything else to you. So from there, that's just, you know what I mean, you should always try to pursue and achieve the next step. Do not set goals. I'm not gonna say do not set, I don't know how to say it. Like, setting goals is good, but do not set goals and be finished with them. If you accomplish one, set another. You know what I mean? That's how I'm moving, that's how I'm working right now. You know what I'm saying? Today I just actually did a PR, dumbbell bench press flat, 100 pound bar dumbbell, you know what I'm saying? 8 reps, that's a whole set, you know what I'm saying? I could have gone for 3, but I'd have died. But besides that, you know what I mean? You should never quit on anything that you're doing, and that's one great value the Army has taught me. Come into the Army, do not expect the Army to work for you. Make the Army work for you. Let the Army work you. Get what you, because at the end of the day, you're just a number, just a personnel. You're not, I mean, people gonna say otherwise, commander can say otherwise, units gonna say otherwise, but at the end of the day, you didn't make the Army work for you. Don't let the Army work you. And saying that, if you get what I'm saying, just nod your head. Yes, yes, I see you back there. Yes, I see you back there watching. You know what I'm saying? You agreeing. And, you know, right now I'm working on my specialist waiver, which is pretty hard because there's more steps, more courses, more, you know, grinding. Like, tomorrow I'm gonna be hitting the Daegu to do the Sharp Ambassador class. You should always try to put your foot in every door as possible. Try to be a positive influence in anything that you try to do, and also try to help everyone that you can. No matter how small the help can be, is always needed. Within this year of being in the Army, it's taught me patience. Patience is probably one of the biggest virtues, because the Army is not horrible, you know what I mean? Working with people within the Army is horrible. It's just like working at a Macy's, at a mall, car dealership. The job within itself is good, but working with others is hard, and you should just learn how to overcome those differences within other personalities and stuff, different backgrounds, different races. And you just gotta remember that, you know, the Army is built because it's the United States Army. It's just not where you're from Army, or the South Army, you know what I'm saying, or the North Army, or the West, or the Central. It's the whole Americas. You meet people from all types of walks of life. So that's probably another thing I wanna keep in mind. And also, one of the biggest things that I've learned being in the Army, that pain doesn't last forever. Misery doesn't last forever. If you need help, talk to somebody. Most definitely, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, I've had my share of bad news in Korea. And through like soldiers, I've heard soldiers done some crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you need help, please talk to somebody. Talk to your neighbor, talk, you know what I'm saying, call home, talk to chaplain. Do all those great stuff, your first sergeant, commander. You know, there's always open door policy. Just remember the rules about open door policy. And if you really do need help, please talk to somebody, seriously. And whatever reason in joining the military, just remember that. My bad. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, the Army has taught me a lot. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The Army has taught me a lot, done a lot for me. You know what I mean? Just make sure you like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is my first year in the Army officially. It went by super quick, super fast, super enjoyable, very hard, very enjoyable, with a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of turmoil, a lot of happiness, and a lot of faith.